Hugo, can you turn this down a bit? I'm trying to read here.
Haven't you got some watch unboxings to shoot, old sport?
Oh, damn it, yeah. God. There's just so many watches, so little time. Why don't you help me?
Work? Moi? Have you gone completely mad?
Yeah, it's about time you started pulling your weight around here and help me with some videos.
But I so wanted to play Super Nintendo. I do adore giving you a good old thrashing at the, how do you say, Street Fighter Duh.
You record the intro, I'll do the rest of the video, and I promise I will play computer games with you later, okay?
Oh, goody! And huzzah! Hello there, Hugo Mountbatten here. Yes, aren't I dashing? Right, dear old TGV is waiting in Lightbox with another bloody watch unboxing. I mean, what did you expect? So, yes, what does he say? Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Over to him, Toodle Pip. Right, so here we are, triple unboxing. Of course, I've brought in my old 1962, well, to say it's old, I've had this for, well, since it came out, a year, I think. Absolutely love it, got it on the ostrich. So I'm going to obviously compare it. Let's actually start off with the Yema. I'll move the Oris out of the way. Oh, and I'll do a knife check. I'm using the Benchmade, the Griptilian, and just in case, I'll do a wristwatch check. We have my GMT Pepsi on the Jubilee there. Now, all of these watches I have owned, as you see. The Aquis I don't currently own. I owned one at the beginning of the year, sold it off. I did sell it off as part of a watch collection purge. So I'm not going to review them. I'm just going to give you my initial impressions. So anyway, I'm starting to rabbit on. Let's get on with it. I'll make the first incision. Oh, there's good old Mario Andretti, famous for wearing their chronographs, of course. Oh, there he is. Lovely little booklet. I don't think I got this before. That's a nice little addition. Yeah, so just incredible history. Let's just put that over there. And I do love the little leather cases they have. You know, it's just so much easier to store. Let's unzip. So it's not technically a box, is it? Anyway, drum roll, please. There it is, there it is. Differently wrapped than last time, but, well, I didn't do an unboxing for last time, did I? Because I brought it in and straight reviewed it, not intending to keep it, and then, of course, oh my God. Look at that. So it is pretty much, it's pretty much the same size. Oh, no, a little bit thicker on the lugs there, you see. And of course, this has their newer in-house movement. But it is very, very similar. The case shape, the bezel, the way it's raised, that huge domed sapphire crystal. And of course, we have applied gilt markers there. I'll throw in some nice close-ups instead of just the printed on to kind of complement the case. Oh, look at the way they shimmer. I mean, it really is magnificent. Very handsome indeed. Oh. And the strap is nice and supple as well. Again with the engraving. I'm tempted to open this up. I have seen the in-house movement. Let's just see how the lock here, the iconic lock that really defines the brand. Oh yeah, functions exactly the same. People very much get concerned that, oh, you're going to let water in. No, you have to really unscrew it all the way. This just unscrews 1 or 2 times, and then, hold on, I'm doing it. Then you've got the bezel. It's a little bit stiffer
than the steel, but very firm. So I've got to say, I love the vintage vibes. And of course, it's got that very distinctive bronze smell, which is something I've never experienced. I never actually owned a bronze watch, so this will be the first one I officially owned. And I just thought, you know what, I'll kill two birds. Yema, for me, has been really a big discovery. I mean, I was late to the party on this particular brand, French made, of course, a huge, long, illustrious history. And of course, they're still achieving to this day with that new in-house movement, and of course, renewing that contract for supplying the French Air Force, which is very, very impressive indeed. So I don't know why I put them off for so long. I guess it was just ignorance on my part, but of course, I caught the bug with the Superman. I fell in love with it, added one to my collection, the steel. But it wasn't until the bronze GMT that I was really kind of captivated. I had to look into bronze more and research it. And I think what my trepidation was, I wasn't confident enough to experience this new material for me. And I've discussed that the technical aspects in that video. But I didn't know it was reversible. And then, of course, I read that article about reversing the aging process, because it can get, you know, quite patina, to say the least. It's performing impeccably well. So it's been a couple of days. It's been a couple of days since the unboxing, and I can attest to the movement's performance. It is very, not only in the way it feels and winds, but its appearance is very similar to the ETA. It shares a similar architecture. I'm sure they were inspired by the ETA, a proven workhorse, but that huge investment that I talked about in the history section of each Superman review goes to explain that why they're able to offer it at such a competitive price. I love the brushed look of it. I like the understated kind of off gold. I like the fact it kind of matches my signet ring. I also like the fact it's not too loud, that it has this kind of vintage sub feel that you got with the standard Superman. What really appeals to me is perhaps in the summertime when I wear divers while doing cardio, I'm sweating a lot more. Obviously, I'm doing my bike inside for the winter, but I can't wait to use this out and about and really see it transform and patina with me completely uniquely. And that is something that intrigued me. What is a nice touch is the gilt dial. I love the applied little gold gilt markers and the gold handset and that three-dimensional kind of relief style script. Very nice. Complements the bronze. So now I've got this. I am going to sell my steel one. I'll pop it on the UGWC Facebook page, and I might come to regret it, but I think with the Tudor Submariner I have a monochrome diver, even though there is that dash of red second-hand, the little spade there. Despite this being a triple unboxing, I am trying to keep this under control at some level, right? So I have to have some restraint. Oh, and I have to say, I did consider the Bordeaux, the burgundy insert. I didn't want to get the GMT because obviously I have the GMT already, although I really do like the way they did the gradient dial. At the moment, it's pretty much key. Pretty much almost Cosc, which is ridiculous, but yeah, there you go. Completely French made. I would have never have guessed it, but absolutely chuffed. There is one negative. Unfortunately, I don't have any NATO straps with bronze hardware. I'm not even aware if there is such a thing. At least the strap comes with a bronze, I'm not sure if it's solid bronze, but a bronze tone brushed buckle there. So I'm probably going to take this off, put it on a rubber strap, and change over the buckles as well. So very cool. Okay, next is Dan Henry. And this should be the new, well, he's called it the Gold 1962, but actually it is a two-tone, if we're going to be correct about it. So if you've never seen the casing, I probably haven't shown it to you, but they always come... Oh, it's black this time. Yeah, they always come with a watch roll. Right, I get it now. So he's gone this kind of khaki, almost gold color on the fabric case. Very, very cool. Okay, I see what you're doing there, Dan. I see what you're doing. Nice. Look at that. Is this suede? I think it's suede. Okay. I don't have anything to do drum roll on. Hold on. Let's put this back here. Here we go. This is almost like a drum. Oh my God. Oh, look at the way the gold hands really sparkle now. It really accentuates the hands. Okay, here we go. Wow. So we've got gold pushers, gold crown, a gold bezel there. Very like the two-tone. You remember the two-tone Speedmaster reduceds? Has that feeling. God, this is going to be tough. Am I going to have to own both? That's the thing. I didn't really want it to be too much of a greedy guts and start owning, you know, too many multiples. Tachymeter there is in gold as well. Very cool. And then, of course, we've got the birdcage, the Maserati on the back, same as before. And he's complemented it with gold tone buckles, which is a nice touch. Oh, I got two. Hold on, let's zoom out again. I got two straps. This is quite important for Dan because it's the first of his watches with gold tone elements, even though technically it's a two-tone, but he hasn't done gold tone before. He's done PVD, he's done steel, beautifully done. The gold tone is not too over the top. It's certainly more snazzy, more elegant. I've put it on the black strap. I really like it on the black strap. There's something about gold and black that is timeless and just so cool. Now, if you are a stranger to Dan Henry, well, first of all, where have you been? No, but Dan is a world-renowned watch collector, one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And he started his micro brand because, well, first of all, he has an incredible collection, and he documented it beautifully on this website, which I'll leave the link for if you're interested. It's a great overview of all his watches and watches in general, to be honest. A great resource if you need to reference a little bit of background and perhaps the more obscure, less iconic, but equally important references. He took this experience and access to all his watches and made these kind of amalgamations of wonderful designs and made them affordable. Not everybody has, you know, 10 grand to spend on a the Universal Genève and the speedies that this obviously references. So they're not total homages, that he kind of takes little elements. You'll see bits of the Daytona with the piston head markers on the subdials. You'll see the hands are from the Universal Genève. You'll see the bezel is obviously Speedmaster, so is the case. He knows what he's doing, and the cohesion of these influences really does work. He's paying tribute to these massively important icons. And with each watch, he names it after the year that inspired it. So, for example, this is 1962, you have the Maserati birdcage on the back, something relevant of that year. I love the 39mm scale of this. You can choose it with no date or date. That is my only criticism. It is a shame it did not remove the ghost date on this no date version, but that's the thing. He has to keep it competitive. These are priced at under $300. So you can't expect ultimate refinement, but at the same time, the quality is there. And I should say, with the Yema, all the watches we are looking at today, the quality has been second to none and just as consistent as the models that inspired me to get these in today. It certainly feels a bit more dressy. Especially, my favorite touch is the hands. The faceted baton hands work with the gold tone. Impeccably done. Congrats, Dan. I can highly recommend it now. So now I've experienced it, of course. What I'm really hoping is that he does a gold tone version of the 1937. I'd definitely go for that. Right, let's move on to the next unboxing. This, I'm not sure what is even in these. Oris was kind enough to lend these in, so... Oh wow, look at that. It's like we get a really nice macro shot. Okay, 1, 2. In this section we have a little demonstration of the caliber. That is very cool. To commemorate this auspicious occasion. Very cool. And then, most importantly, the watch itself. Let's have a look. So this, I'm presuming, is the same size and case as before. I'm guessing here. It does look has so, yeah, 43. So this is the bigger one. A really wide display there, a very utilitarian look to it. Can't believe how slender the rotor is. The rotor looks incredibly slender. And I don't know what's in this second package. I guess we'll find out. What on earth is this? It looks like some kind of VR kit. What do you do with this? Right, okay, so Caliber 400 VR experience. Right, well, this is going to be interesting, certainly. Okay, last but certainly not least, we have the Aquis with this monumental, important step into this new in-house movement, the Caliber 400 there. Well, we should rewind a little bit, because you guys know that the Aquis is not just important to a lot of you guys out there, it's very important to the channel. I actually started my channel just as I bought my first Oris Aquis, and this was when you could only get it in 43mm. Later I went to 40mm, and then they came out with the 39 and blah blah blah. I've done so many Oris Aquis reviews I can't even keep track. And I said back in the day, with my first review, I was impressed with the finishing, the beautiful construction. This was Amiga quality level, but for much less, and it opened my eyes to the lesser known Swiss brand. So it's crucially important to me. But they didn't just come up with a new movement, right? It's not just the same replacement. They didn't rush into this. It's a very carefully nuanced piece of engineering that was superior in every single way. Now, it is a bit of a predictable move for companies to go in-house. It brings them prestige, and it's a power play, really. And I think Oris needed to do this. And this is not their first in-house movement by any means. But it's the first time we've seen it in their divers, which is quite a big step. The 400, automatic of course, but what really differentiates it from its ETA predecessor, now it's got a pair of mainspring barrels offering a 5-day power reserve, which is just phenomenal. Compare it to the 38 hours of the Solita previously. Well, actually, it's still going to be available, which is a really great move. So you can have the regular at retail, which is about just under $2,000, or this, which is $350 and upwards, I believe. New escapement design, which is lubrication free, highly efficient. Equally impressive is they've managed to make 30 of the components specially anti-magnetic, and this watch movement has been tested to 2,250 Gauss. So for our digital world, where you see my laptop here, you've got speakers, magnets in the speakers, all around us. We have so much digital technology. It's great. I mean, this is fantastic. So the power reserve allows you to take it off on Friday, still running on Monday. So it just translates to a great everyday watch. But on top of that, you've got a respected dive watch maker, perfect capable for all your adventures. But if you want to have something different for the weekend, it allows you to do that. And I love that. They've thought about the performance. They put performance first. Now, it is regulated. I was getting cost out of it, but I think it's about plus or minus 10 from the factory. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's only available in this larger 43.5mm size. This is kind of we're repeating ourselves here, because initially the Aquis was first released in the larger, this size. Now, as far as the case goes, I can't see any difference. This is certainly the later case with the slightly more refined lugs compared to the previous generations of Aquis. But everything else, like you'll hear that lovely, you'll hear that lovely bezel action. Everything else, the loom, everything else just performs exactly the same. There's no immediate difference. This is a new variation of dial. You've got this pulchritudinous blue, kind of vivid gradient from cyan to a rich navy. And then you've got this more subtle third or fourth or, I don't know, millionth blue, because you've got a whole bunch of blues in it. It is a bit more metallic looking, this blue, but in the ceramic insert, I would just say that's a very conservative Aegean glossy blue. So it's gorgeous. Now, the one difference is, though, the manual wind. It is incredibly smooth. Then you look at the movement, and I have to say, I think it matches the industrial kind of aesthetic of the Aquis perfectly, because you have this different shades of bead blasting there and brushing, the skeletonized rotor. It looks futuristic, as if Denis Lasdin had designed it or something, you know, like that. I've described the Aquis as a kind of brutalist in architecture, slightly sci-fi-esque, especially with that detachable crown guards, which is one of its most definitive features, and very clever too, because you can actually replace this. The movement is in keeping with this, you know, form and function thinking. Most divers, they tend to go the Rolex Submariner route, right? But this is very much its own thing, and that spirit of independence that is so integral to Oris is there. Now, as I said, they are still going to make the regular version available. I know what a lot of people are going to say. They're going to say, oh my God, $3.5 grand for an Oris diver. Well, consider this, the amount of investment. And this is in Switzerland, in a very expensive country to undertake such a manufacturing process. Now, yes, of course, they have a wonderful factory, which I've visited. The cost of producing something in-house, yes, it's a great thing to say, but in actual fact to undertake, that's why there's so many don't and just turn to ETA, because I'm not saying it's an easy way out, but it's definitely going to keep costs down. So I think for $3.5 grand, considering the quality is equal to any Omega in the finishing, but of course Omega now going with the new master chronometers and all of the rest of it, so they're creeping up. It's basically where Omega were a little while ago, so yeah, it's there. It's definitely a luxury watch. Okay, my only complaint, and you knew it was coming, you knew this was going to happen, obviously I wish it was in the 40 or 39 millimeter size. I mean, it goes without saying, right? But I know, just like the Tudor first, when they brought out the Black Bay with the new in-house movement, it was in a larger case, then the 58 came. So that is what's next. There's certainly, I mean, yes, it is a larger movement compared actually in height and to the Solita, but I'm pretty sure just looking at the back of it, there is space to the sides, so I don't think the width is going to be an issue. The second thing is, the biggest bone of contention with Aquis watches is, of course, those integrated lugs. It turns a lot of people off, but they've done something very, very clever to try and win you back. If you flip it over on the underside, there's a little clasp with a groove, and you just flip it open. It's like a little catch, and you unhook. It's as easy as that. So I'm thinking you're probably going to get straps and stuff with this little hook system in, which is ingenious. It's very secure, clicks in, boom, there you go. Yeah, it still has integrated lugs, and I think, to be honest, it's crucial to the identity and aesthetic of the Aquis. If you take that away, it detracts from its own very distinctive style. The downside of going in-house is you're independent watchmaker, and I speak from experience in owning many ETAs. They're so affordable, with plentiful parts to maintain and repair. You're going to have to send it back to the manufacturer. Now, I'm comfortable with that. The way Oris are doing it is they're offering a 10-year warranty with the sale, which actually I think is a great way of making the official AD more of a compelling choice and justifying that price and not going grey market, because if you go with Oris, you're going to get 10-year warranty. I mean, God, I can't, am I going to even be around in 10 years? You know, like, that's crazy. Which is, I think it's fantastic. It justifies the cost, which is already justified. We've already discussed that. So I think it's a wise move. It takes away some of the trepidation about making that commitment of going in-house compared to the ETA or Solita. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to try on this thing, see what this does. Very cool. Anyway, let me know your thoughts, queries, comments, opinions, all the rest of it down below, especially your thoughts on these watches. What do you think they got right? What do you think they got wrong? What do you think is the future for these brands? And what were your favorite releases since we did the top 20 releases of 2020, which was a couple of months ago now? It's amazing to see how many new watches have come out, and it's not even the end of the year. But yeah, exciting times indeed. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, ciao.